What's up, guys? Welcome back to the third episode in this project. Today I'm going to run you through all the stuff that I've been doing, include an intro to panel restoration. Stick around, guys, because at the end of the video I'm going to introduce you to a product that will definitely change the way your unit looks. All right, boys, well, this is an update to all of the stuff we've been doing to this Turbo S. We do have a lot to go through as I give you this step by step. So we're going to go ahead and start with a real quick follow-up to what I mentioned earlier about possibly painting some of our panels. So I am going through a 4-stage process to paint some of the black panels that are on the outside of the razor and the center console as well. I'm not going to explain all that right now, but I am going to show you an end result. Here is what the center console has turned out like, and it is just really actually quite impressive. So lots of sanding, lots of prep work. We're also using an adhesive promoter, and then we are painting and doing a 2-stage drying situation right now. They're in a temperature controlled room, so that way we can get these things cured up. But they turned out wonderful. I'm really excited to see how these things hold up, and that's really what this is all about. It's about seeing how well they're gonna hold up. I don't have super high expectations, but and I know a lot of people are going to be pretty critical about using spray paint for projects like this, but it is also still an off-road vehicle, so it's going to get banged up a little bit here and there. But I did do this process to our cooler that we put in the back here, and that was early last year, and that has held up really well, and that cooler was plastic too. So let's go ahead and move on to the other things that we've done here. We finally installed our solenoid for the winch. So the solenoid came out really nice. These connections are just a massive upgrade to what we had before. If you look here at this picture, you can see that they were just, I rushed it last time. I didn't put a lot of thought into it. I was just trying to get it done. But now it looks good and it's done right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish that install. I also ordered some 4-gauge wire for the solenoid. This is going to run straight to the battery. So this is extremely robust. I'm very confident in this, and we have already routed that wire all the way through the side panel to right here. So in order for us to finish this up, we've got to install a 100 amp fuse between the battery and the solenoid to protect both the winch and the circuit, to make sure that nothing gets crazy and blows. Whew, it's a lot. In addition to that, seeing as how we're talking about running wires, we have ran our wire bundle for all of our rear accessories in this really pretty looking braided loom here, and then the positive wire for the solenoid, and this wire that I completely forgot about to put into this loom is for the rear rock lights. That is all professionally installed and routed down the side frame of the razor all the way through. It goes up in this part. You can see the split loom right there, and then it comes out right here in the battery box area. So this panel will go on here, but it leaves all of this open, so very easy to run cabling right in this area. I think it's going to turn out great. There's triple insulation in most cases, so there's not going to be any rubbing, any ground outs, or anything like that. We also installed some of our zombie cabin lights. So right here you can see we drilled into the side of the driver's feet area, the compartment in this area, And we did over there too. You can kind of see that one a lot better. But all 4 of these lights, there's 2 in the front here, and then there's also 2 in the back. These ones are going to be switched to our zombie controller right here. The center console also has some lights that are going to be built into that. So all of those lights are going to be switchable. We're going to be able to turn those on and off. I really like the idea of having those lights in here when we are riding at night, so that way we can still see in the cabin, we can check our phones, things of that nature. It's also really good for Jessica, excuse me, because she just likes being able to look around and see things as well. In the back here, in this area, we've installed our side spots. So this is actually something I've been wanting to do forever. I could never figure out where I wanted to put side spots on, but this is for driving at night when I wanted to see, and when I want to have a 180 view of everything that's going on instead of just the front. So what we've done is we installed these things right into the plastics here. It's very sturdy. The wiring goes through the side here, so there's no crazy wires everywhere. And then what we've done is we've wired in the whips to that, and the rock lights from the other side. They come in through this area right here, all the way into this braided wire loom, and then it hooks up into these rock lights too. So we have 2 rock lights in the front, we have 2 rock lights in the back, and these things just really look great. So this is where we left off last night. So there's still a couple things I've got to do. But nonetheless, I think everything's turning out really great. I have no issues. Another project we need to tackle today is actually wiring up those center consoles with those zombie cabin lights, making sure that works. We've done a lot of testing with multimeters to make sure that wires that are ran have continuity and that there's no breaks in those lines. So I'm very confident that when we get all this hooked up finally, it's going to look great and it's going to work great, most importantly. The only thing I have not tested yet at this point is the stereo and making sure that the amplifier turns on when we turn the key and turn the unit on with that remote wire. There's also 2 RCA cables that run from the amplifier to the stereo unit. So we still need to test that out, but I'm going to keep this all open right here. This is going to remain open so that way if there's any issues, I can easily and quickly troubleshoot them. So I wanted to introduce y'all to this UPO Grip 4. This is a universal adhesive promoter. And basically this acts like a super primer between your plastic and your paint, whatever type of paint you decide to put on it. I've had a lot of good experience with this. The projects that I have used this on are lasting very well. I've used this especially on my RV. You'll know that the plastics on your RV on the exterior, they fade exceptionally quick because of the UV that's constantly that they're constantly taking. But I'm going to talk about this a lot more in our next video. But until then, thanks a lot for checking in with us and sticking around. We'll see you next time.